Hello everybody, my name is John McCall and welcome to another Division 2 video. In today's video, I want to show you a specific role in the Dark Hours raid. I show you a build and the method behind it to play the drone killer jammer position at Razorback. Let's get started. The specialization you need to do this is the survivalist. The only reason is the specialization weapon, the crossbow. I will show you why later in this video. For the weapons on this build, you can use whatever you like, cause on this position you will not focus on your weapon damage. I used the exotic assault rifle capacitor cause for every skill tier that I have I will gain 7.5% weapon damage. But as I already said, it's not important which guns you are using. The important part on this build is your gear. I will start with the chest piece. It's a wyvern wear cause one piece wyvern wear gives me 10% skill damage, and skill damage is the important attribute on this build. The roles are skill tier, skill haste, skill damage and the skill haste mod. The talent that I use is glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%, all damage you take is amplified by 50%. Glass cannon has also an effect on my skill damage, and that's the reason why I'm using it. If you don't like to play with glass cannon, you could also use unbreakable for a bit more survivability. Important to know is if you play with unbreakable, you have to switch out another piece on this build. But more about that later in the video. Another good talent you could use is Overwatch to boost your team damage as well. Consider that you have to stay in cover to make this talent work. I don't like that kind of playstyle, that's why I use glass cannon instead. Let's move on. As you see, I play with 4 pieces hardwired. I will show you only the backpack cause the attributes and the mods are all the same on the hardwired pieces. With 2 pieces you get 15% skill haste, with 3 pieces 15% skill damage and 30% repair skills, and with 4 pieces you get the talent feedback loop, which is pretty important to make that build work. Whenever you use or cancel a skill, your other skill's cooldown is automatically reduced by 30 seconds while increasing total skill damage and repair by 10% for 20 seconds. Feedback loop can occur once every 20 seconds. You will see how that talent works in action during the gameplay footage. I got skill tier, skill damage and the skill haste mod on it. The talent is short circuit. Decreases feedback loop cooldown from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. Also, this talent is important to make this build work. On the gloves, I use the exotic gloves BTSU data gloves. They are with skill tier, skill haste and repair skills. The talent is Transference Overclock. Grants 15% hive skill haste per skill tier. Detonating a hive refreshes your skill cooldowns and grants overcharge for 15 seconds. If at skill tier 6, this effect also applies to all allies. Allies receiving this effect are unable to benefit from it again for 120 seconds. I use them to overcharge if there is a need to. As I said during the chest piece explanation, if you don't want to use glass cannon and use unbreakable instead, you have to switch out the gloves, otherwise you will not have enough skill damage. You could use a Hano U glove for example with skill damage, or any other glove with skill damage on it. And as I already mentioned, on all other hardwire pieces are skill tier, skill damage and skill haste mods. The skills that you need are of course the jammer poles. And on my second skill I use the restorer hive because of the BTSU gloves. You could also play it with a shield cause you can use and cancel it pretty fast. But then you don't need the BTSU gloves cause you can't overcharge without the hive. There is no section for skill damage in the stats. That means you have to calculate it on your own. You need at least 90% skill damage to kill the drones with 1 pulse. I got 75% from my gear. 5 pieces with 10% skill damage, 15% from the Hardwire brand set, and 10% from the Wyvernware brand set. I got another 10% skill damage out of my watch. That means I'm at 85% skill damage. And with Glass Cannon, my skill damage is amplified by 25%, that means I'm over 90%. And if you use Overwatch, you get 12% skill damage after 10 seconds in cover, that means you're over 90% as well. Let's jump into the raid now. Before you jump down and start the boss fight, make sure that you have enough bolts for your crossbow. I normally play the drone killer position on 4 inside. The first thing you have to do is the same as on any other inside position, go into the circle in sync with all the other inside positions. While waiting for the generator to reach 100%, you can help out to do a little ad control. When the generator reaches 90%, switch your crossbow and start aiming at the Razorback. As soon the hatch opens, shoot it with your crossbow to destroy the part inside it. After that you need to pulse, cause the drones already appeared. Next thing to do is drop down your hive and pick it back up to activate feedback loop, and that will reset the cooldown of your chamber pulse. There you see this grey hard-wired symbol, that's the cooldown of feedback loop. Wait till the next drone wave appear, again pulse, drop down your hive, pick it back up to reset the cooldown.
Critical systems exposed.
When the Razorback is closing, run to this spot right here, that is your safe spot, cause the mortar can't reach you here. Go synchronized in the circle again, and you have to do the same thing over and over again till the Razorback is done.
Enemies back in the fight!
Critical systems exposed. Immediate medical assistance needed.
That was my drone killer, jammer build, and the method behind it for Razorback in the Dark Hours raid. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have other ideas or versions for this build, or if you have questions about this build or method, use the comment section down below. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell to stay tuned and don't miss any new video that I'm putting up online. Till the next time.